Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of DadVGirls After Hours. This is episode 29.
Happy Tuesday, guys, because you'll be listening to it on a Tuesday. But for us, we're filming this on a Wednesday. And I just wanted to say, hey, Joel, because it's actually got to Wednesday.
So what's going on?
It's actually got to Wednesday, and we have actually not had a good, an actual conversation this whole week. We've both been living.
Wonder why I was having such a good week.
Yeah, we've both been living different lives this week. Like, obviously, I was away at the weekend, and then you've been away for Grace with a pretty little thing. So we'll unpack it all, but actually, we haven't actually had a conversation.
No, I do feel like we haven't really spent any proper time together. Even in the car on the way here, it's like there's so much work stuff.
It was a work phone call the whole way here. So
and I was like, I'll turn up here. I feel like I've done a whole day's worth of work. And it's only like midday.
Yeah, it's literally like, right, this, tick this off the list, talk this, do that. So.
It fries my brain as well. Like, I hate that. It messes with my head.
Yeah.
Just this kind of like relentless, like just trying to smash through loads of stuff. Because I don't feel productive unless I tick something off a list.
Yeah.
Like I have to have a list and I like tick it off. I'm like, oh, I just did that, tick. And then in my brain, it's like, you just did that. If I do a load of stuff and I don't really tick it off my list, I feel like, did I do anything?
Are you one of those people that like you've got to put it in your diary, so you'll write in your notes, like put it in the diary so that just so you can tick it when you've put it in your diary?
Wait, for what? You lost me there. Wait.
They say like you've got to put something in the calendar, like a date in the calendar.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to work out how extreme is your tick list.
No, I would just put it in the calendar, but I would put on my list, like say if I thought, oh, I want to message someone about something, right? I would write on my notes, message, I don't know, Susan. It's always Susan. Message Susan.
I'm starting to worry about this, Susan. Susan, who are you?
It's because we don't know anyone called Susan, so I can use it. It's like John Doe, like, or like Joe Blogs, right? That's how I use it. Sorry, someone's calling me. This is becoming a really bad.
Oh my gosh! And the other one, you're like, it doesn't happen every time. Like, it does happen every time.
So it's you. You're setting me up. It's literally you're calling me. No, I'm joking. You're not really.
Oh, I thought I butt dialed you.
I don't know how to stop it from.
Oh my gosh!
Anyway.
No, wait. I'm just gonna interrupt because I just said.
Oh, that's not like you.
Butt dialed you. This is not on
that's
the
my favorite kind of call. Your butt. FaceTime.
FaceTime my butt. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
Sorry.
I was away the weekend, like I said, but I got back Saturday, and Sunday we took the girls out to like this adventure park in Windsor, and it's really fun. But one of the slides is so fast, and I was in gym leggings that must have been super slippery. I slid down so fast. I don't know how. Like, butt cheeks must have separated. I have got cut. The whole butt, like my whole bum crack is cut. Like, I don't know how, but when I come down, it's like whoosh. Like,
I honestly don't know how you did that.
Off the end, and I'm like, ow, that really hurt. You were fine. I was like, no.
I felt like, because it has this slide, it's really clever. It's got rollers.
Yeah.
It's like a conveyor belt. It's got loads of rollers, so it kind of makes you go faster. I did get off and felt like I'd just kind of been.
But me and my gym leggings, I was like, zoom.
Yeah. I felt like I'd been put through like a washing machine or something. I felt all weird, but I didn't cut my butt crack open.
It's cut and burn. You know, when you get like a burn, so it was really hard to sit down this week.
Park was actually so good. I can't believe have you been there before?
Yeah,
I'd never been there. And it's like, you have to pay to get in, right? But it's like all made of wood, and it's like a proper wooden adventure park.
It's huge, actually.
It's like, it's really good. It's like probably the best park I've ever been to. I can't remember, what's it called? It's in Windsor.
Windsor Adventure Park. So you basically...
Very creative name, that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Because Windsor Park is quite big. I don't know Windsor very well, but the park itself is huge. So you have to go into the Savills.
We don't need to give directions. You can Google it, guys. It's fine.
It's really hard to
Sounds like you need to take a right, and then you want to park near the entrance.
Yeah. But it was really good fun. It is very expensive for a park, but what you get with that is it's not too busy, and the whole family, like we got in and was able to play. So it is really good fun.
But also, like, it's kind of like, because the kids can't like escape, so they can just kind of be in there. Depending on how old your kids are, you could just kind of let them run around in there. Sarah's looking like, absolutely not.
My answer
not until they're like 16.
It depends what kind of parent you are, because Joel would let them, and he's just like la 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 la. I'm like, where are they? Like,
honestly, the way you panic, it like,
because the climbing like is so big. Like, Sophie struggled at times, and if we lost Maddie in there, like, you're too laid back. I'm over the top. but you are too laid
We're
back.
both extreme ends of the spectrum.
So so when we're out together, we try and meet in the middle. No, you don't watch the kids and I do.
No, and you're like hysterical. You're like
Well, it's not hysterical. That's such a lie.
irrational.
When was I
Okay,
irrational?
I'm going to tell you. I will tell you. Okay,
then.
you ready?
Yeah.
So there's a massive slide, and I cannot believe that Maddie actually did it. So Maddie, she sat on it. I thought there's no way she's going to do it because even I looked down it like that is big. So she just whizzes down it. So obviously, like you have to wait till the person gets off before you can go down, because if I go down it, I'm going to smash into her, right? You start screaming at me to go down the slide. You're like, go down. You're going to lose her. I'm like, she literally.
You're such a liar. I did say that, but you're actually lying. You had 2 kids in front of you. And I wanted you to go in front of Holly
I didn't
and
have
Liv.
2 kids.
Yes, you did. You had Holly and Liv, and I didn't want it to be down to another child. If she got off and just ran off.
No, I think you're talking about the other time. There was 2 times. No. First of all, don't call me a liar. That's so extreme.
Lying. That was.
So, no.
I know I am like that. I agree.
Babe, let me talk.
Yeah, but
there was 2. Come on.
Your memory is
very
good.
Right. Put your hand up if you want to talk. And then I'll say, okay, you can talk.
Button.
Right. There was 2 times it happened. The time I'm talking about, I was the next person down the slide. I was just waiting for her to get to the bottom. So I'm looking. As soon as she popped out the bottom, I went down. By this point, you had already shouted at me about 4 times. So go. You're going to lose her. She's going to come out the bottom of the slide and she might walk off, but she's like, where's she going to go? Like, I'm going to find her.
No, it's so big in there. Any mum that's been there that knows, like, and I don't believe you that it was 2. I think it was 1, and it was the girls were in between you, which is why I was shouting, because I'm like, don't wait for them to wait and then you go. Can you go down and be with her?
Okay. Well, anyway, so yeah. And then, yeah, me, I'm very casual because I'm kind of like, yeah, you might lose them for a bit, but you're going to find them again. There's nowhere they can go. They can't get out. It's all like enclosed. So we're good.
No, that's not the way. Don't. So honestly.
Yeah. I would worry more about Sophie, like getting like stuck with her climbing and stuff. That's what I'd be worried about. But anyway.
But yeah, anyway, I on
fun.
On Thursday night, me, my sister, and Casey and Grace flew to Adele in Munich. It was insane. Like, the concert was unbelievable. So basically, the area itself is called Adele World. You go in and they have food, drinks, there's rides, there's karaoke stations. Like, it's all thought through. Like, you can go there.
What kind of rides are there?
Like, there's a big carousel and stuff.
Really? It's like a
whole
fair?
area. I didn't actually go over there because we literally went for the concert and out. But you could easily go so much earlier, spend so much time there.
Is it included? Like, or you have to pay?
No, you have to pay.
Oh,
well, I don't know about the rides because I didn't go over there, but
yeah,
food and drink. Oh my gosh, and they pour vodka so strong over there. I asked for vodka lemonade, and I was like, is there lemonade in this? And he's like, yeah. I was like, I don't think there is. And he laughed. It's like, oh, it's Germany. I'm like, yeah, I'm English. Can you just put like this much vodka and like that much lemonade? Like, but yeah, it was really good. I had the best time. And the only thing I found was it was really hard to find like food, because when we got there, we got quite late and we were hungry for dinner, but there was like no Deliveroo. There was
I thought we meant food at the concert.
Oh no, sorry, like
in Germany.
Yeah, like everything.
They don't have Deliveroo.
No, there was no Deliveroo. Well,
they've got to have Uber Eats or something, right?
They didn't have Deliveroo, but they had Uber Eats. But everything shut. It was like it was all shut and nothing. And I think because where our hotel was, there was nothing really around. So yeah, we struggled. We just went to bed on a bag of crisps that night.
Wow.
But
meanwhile,
yeah,
Sarah's out there living her best life. I'm at home with all the kids. So because no, you didn't go over the weekend. You went what day? You went Thursday and then back Saturday. So Thursday and Friday,
you had the girls.
I had the girls, and then obviously you come back Saturday. But yeah, so what did I do with the girls?
You went to David Lloyd.
Oh no, so I met up with Ryan. So Emma and Ryan. Ryan, obviously Emma was with you. Ryan had his free. And then the thing is, we're actually so lucky because the cousins all get on so well.
Mm.
So Emma and Ryan's 3, and then our 3 little ones, like literally when they're all together, it's so easy because they all just play and they don't really like get on your nerves too much.
Yeah.
They're not really
They're
like
good, they're
pestering you
good.
for stuff. They're just like doing their thing. So me and Ryan got up early. We went to the cinema first, watched Harold and something about a purple pen. Can't remember. It was all right, but I'm not necessarily recommending it. It was all right. And then we went to David Lloyd because they got like an outdoor pool.
Yeah, 'cause it was really hot, wasn't it, that day?
Yeah, so like the kid, well, we just played in the pool outside, and then we went had lunch, and then they've actually got like a really small soft play. Obviously, we've got a soft play in our house. This soft play is actually smaller than that, but somehow they all just played in there for like well over an hour. In the end, me and Ryan were like, we probably should go home. It's like I think it was like 7:00. Then went home, gave them dinner, and then I feel like kind of smashed it really.
Oh,
And then next day.
Saturday, just wait.
Oh yeah, Saturday was just basically just waiting for you to come home. Oh, Chloe and Maddie, right? They tidied the house pretty much by themselves, right? I know it's not like I forced them to do it. A little bit I did, but not really, if you know what I mean. Like they were like happy to do it, and I was like making lunch. I was like,
I was with Casey and Grace, who normally help you, so you had to get in the little.
well, normally I don't get them to help, right? But recently you said to me, you were like, oh, when Casey and Grace were little, we got them to be more team players than we do with our girls, our younger ones now. So that was sticking in my head, like, okay, actually, yeah, like we used to get them to help. Not Maddie's age, but Maddie just wanted to help. So yeah, so obviously you were saying about them helping out more. So I thought, okay, well, I'm making lunch. So I gave them like one job, like the front room, which is not really that bad. And I basically just made it into a game. I was like, right, let's pretend like you're the cleaners. I've never met you before. So I was like, hi, my name's Joel. This is my house. They were like, hi, I'm Chloe. And Moo was like, hi, I'm Moo Moo's. And then I was like, right. I was like, I hear you brilliant cleaners. So I was like, if you could clean the front room for me, that would be amazing. So obviously they do it. They come back out. They show me around. And they folded all the blankets, everything. They were like so good. Then I was like, oh, like if you wouldn't mind, like I've actually got, so I got like, they tidied Maddie's room, Chloe's room, the front room, and they done it like.
Gosh, what did you make them for lunch? A roast?
To be fair, like I just made them sandwiches. Like I was just longing it out because I thought they're doing such a good job. Like, so they, they literally like they cleaned it like as good as I would have cleaned it, if probably better than I would have cleaned it. They were buzzing to do it. So I was like, that's actually.
You know, in this podcast, you're not making yourself sound great.
I
You don't
know.
care about your kids when they're out. If they get lost, hey, they come back, and that you've made them be cleaners.
Yeah, it doesn't actually sound great, does it?
It doesn't. I'm not gonna lie. You're not painting yourself out very nice.
To be fair, I was doing it for their own good. Like I would happily go and tidy the house, right? I would. Normally I just do it and I don't even ask for the help. But they were happy to do it and they felt good about it and they felt good about themselves.
No, they have been cute. Since then they've saying like, oh, we're cleaners, what can we do for you? Like they do like
make it into a you always got to make it into a game. I don't know why you don't do that with me. Like I'd be so much more helpful if you made it into a game.
For goodness sakes.
Like time me. Do you know what I mean? Like you want me to go and make the bed, like time me.
Next time I say
or
that,
come upstairs and say like, right, I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna rate it out of 10. My God, I'm going to go to town on that bed. That is going to be
you wouldn't care about
immaculate. No, if you
I rate you every time, but I'm just not good enough to tell you what your results are.
You don't rate me, you just slag me off.
Yeah,
that's what you do. But if you made like scorecards, you know, like where you hold it up, like on the Olympics, like a 7, a 9, a 10, like you'd probably get like a really good.
But you'd get ones. You're making the bed is probably like a 2.
But it would motivate me to do better next time.
Oh, okay, noted.
Yeah.
Order from Amazon.
Scorecards
to play Joel to get him to do chores.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. You've got to be creative when you're a parent.
So then you have been away for a couple of nights with Grace.
Wait, I wasn't actually finished.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Go on then.
So talking about tidying, right? So me and you are very different, obviously.
Clearly.
People know that. My method, right, when I've got the kids, my method is let the whole house just completely go to shit, right? Literally. And at the end of the day, tidy it up. And then you're back to square one. And then you start over the next day, right? Your method is constantly tidy all throughout the day. And I just cannot get my head around it. Because when you got home, you were like, the house is a mess. And I was like, to be fair, this is actually not bad because it wasn't long since the girls cleaned it. So I was actually like, it's actually not that bad. And you had the ump a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
So
I was okay.
I'm trying to say this in a way that it doesn't start an argument.
I'm ready to. Listen, I'm already one up in this.
Doesn't
I care about my children when we're out, and I don't make them be cleaners constantly. Anyway,
child labour.
No. Firstly,
I got them to do my taxes as well.
Firstly,
brilliant.
Especially for someone with ADHD who gets so overwhelmed, I don't understand why the process would be to wait till it's a complete mess. It doesn't make sense to me. When if you just do little bits, like for example, like when you make a sandwich, put the bread away as you finish using it. Why wait till it's a bigger mess and it's a bigger job than just being on top? I'm not cleaning constantly, as in like I'm hoovering in the morning, I'm hoovering in the afternoon. But
I don't actually mean cleaning. I think the word we should be using throughout this podcast is tidying.
Okay, tidying, but
no cleaning occurred.
I do it to stay on top of it for an easier life, because then at the end of the day, when I put the kids to bed, I can then think about my dinner rather than I've now got to spend probably an hour cleaning the whole mess. So that's why, firstly, I do it like that.
Oh, there's a second point to this.
Second point of me coming home was because you hadn't done anything anyway that day. So to know that I was coming home, I'm in the taxi, that's a good half an hour. You could have had a little whiz round, because then when I come in, I am a bit of a clean freak, and then my mind is on that. I don't know how, again, it's probably another flaw. Is that a right word?
No, you don't have flaws. You're perfect in every way.
I want to be able to enjoy the time with you and the girls. I was like, we could have got up and out when I got back. So I got back at lunchtime. I'm like, we could have got out, but I'm now wasting time cleaning it and tidying because it was a big mess, rather than so we could have gone out. And that's what my point was, is that, and you're like, no,
okay, disagree.
Out,
So basically, we had already tied that day when you came back. That is the day that Maddie and Chloe did the tidying up. So the house had already been tidied that day. And obviously I tidied all the lunch stuff away. When you came back, it was like a couple of hours later. So obviously the girls had messed stuff up. And then the thing is, you do always do this. You come home from like being away for like, you might.
Yeah.
Oh,
go on.
Can I waited so patiently for you to finish. So when you go away, so you do go away like a lot more than me, which is fine. Like I'm cool with that.
Me too. It's enjoyable.
It's lovely. Yeah, brilliant. So when you have this expectation that when you walk through the door, you want the house to be tidied, and I kind of feel like it's a little bit unfair, because I'm kind of like, well, I've had the kids. I'm not expecting you to tidy the house. Like, I'm happy to tidy it. I just don't know why I have to suddenly make sure the house is tidy before you walk through the door. Let me finish.
For goodness sakes, you're going on. Go on.
I waited so long for you to finish.
It's long.
So anyway, you said about coming in and we could have done something. I timed it. It took us 25 minutes from start to finish that the house was finished. And I'm like, is that so bad that you had to come in the house and help us tidy up?
I'd actually tidied for about 10, 15 minutes on my own before.
I timed from when you got home.
Anyway.
From when you got home to when we've had the conversation.
Anyway.
25 minutes.
But
still had the whole day.
Firstly, and be honest, when I'm on the way home, what was you doing? I can imagine you was watching your Netflix series.
That sounds so unlikely.
Lies or not, like
unlikely.
You were sat just on your phone when I got back. So for me, it's about being thoughtful.
I think I was ironing your clothes.
Lies. It was about being thoughtful of like, she's on her way home. Why would you not want it to be?
She's had a hard weekend. Let me make sure that I've like tidied the house.
It's like just making sure like it's like knowing that when I come back, we could have done something rather than worry about the house.
It was actually only 25 minutes.
If you had, for example, been out that morning with the kids in the park, or you're like, oh, sorry, I was like playing with them the whole time. I wouldn't be like that, but it's not. You'd just been in the house doing nothing except for being on your phone. I
was playing with the kids. Thank you very much.
They were being cleaners.
That was a game.
No, I think.
Anyway, I don't want to argue about it. It's fine.
Oh, because you know it's coming to an end of people thinking, yeah, like it's just being a little bit thoughtful.
No, but I don't like. I found it funny that you want. It's like you've just had you've had a great time away. I've been at home with the kids by myself. So I've like not had a good time, and well, obviously I've had a good time with the kids, but I've not been away kid free. I've been with the kids, and you want me to then make sure the house is tidy for your grand entrance home.
No, that's not how I see it, and you know that.
But that's
I
fine.
don't. Your tidy is never my tidy,
Well,
ever, right?
yeah.
So I never have high.
We can
expectation of it
definitely
being
agree
a
on that.
certain tidy. It's just that when I walk in, I don't want there to be like actual rubbish on the floor or mess on the floor, like
Okay.
or mud.
Well,
all through
in the
that I
future,
had to
I'll make
clear up.
sure that
It was literally like actual mud from the utility room around the kitchen floor. So
Yeah.
it would have got walked in the car. So there was actual mud, like.
actual mud.
So when I
Not
say,
actual mud.
so when I say, it's not just like I'm like, oh, there's a little bit of a crisp packet. It's like,
No, do you know what? You're right. I'll make sure that house.
oh, for goodness'
I'll make
sake,
sure
you're
that-
such a loser.
I'll scrub the deck before the captain comes home. Okay, don't worry.
Oh,
it's
take him
fine.
to the park, so that then the house isn't as messy.
Just keep them out.
Firstly,
So when you're away,
Yeah.
we also
If you
can't be in the
on
house.
top of the tidying.
And also, like, don't have any enjoyment for myself. Like, don't be on Netflix while you're away, while you're at a concert, drinking your vodkas, having your best life. That's fine. And then she comes home and she's like, she's immediately looking like, she's like, oh my God, Mariah Carey.
Just release dates. I'm so
Mariah
pissed.
Carey is performing in where?
America. I know.
Where?
America.
Yeah, where?
Vegas.
Vegas.
Texas.
She's
and
looking at like, I'm like,
New
you
York.
can't fly. What kind of life do you live? Like, you fly all around the world just going to concerts. Like,
I'm very grateful for that.
Paris, Usher.
But then you need to get in the
Adele,
you
Germany.
need to, when
Where
I
else
say
have you been? I feel like you've been other places.
No, I don't think I have for concerts. I
think you just
Paris,
talk about it a lot.
Sophie, I love a concert. I go to concerts a lot.
She does.
That is like I've realized like music is my life. I have it on the minute I wake up to the minute I go to bed. There's music playing, like always. I even have a speaker, and I was thinking about it the other day because I take it on holiday with me. It's on I've got a to-do list, like a packing list for every time I go away, and it's on there so I never forget it because I would be so upset. I've realized it's like if you're on a desert island, what would you take? I take my speaker. It's like when I have a shower.
So that's your thing you can't live without.
Yeah.
Remember when we did that? What did you put on there?
I can't remember.
Something
Probably chocolate
stupid,
or something,
probably.
aren't they?
Yeah.
But it's actually my
Oh,
speaker.
speaker or chocolate.
My speaker. I just actually yeah.
You do always have it on. Maybe it's a problem. Maybe it's like an unhealthy obsession.
No, it's lovely. I love it. I just love music. So yeah, I do go to concerts a lot. But yeah, but I feel like if I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna go to Texas to watch Mariah Carey because it's her Christmas one as well, guys. I saw it in New York with the girls last year. Unbelievable, felt so Christmassy.
So yeah, I am right.
Yeah.
You have been to another one. I was like,
free. Yeah.
I was like Paris, Germany.
I didn't go to New York to
New
see
York.
her. I booked New York with the girls, and then it just so happened she released her dates. So I didn't go for that. And Paris, again, Casey was taking me, and it just so happened he released dates at the same time we were going.
That's
I booked
fine.
tickets.
I'm not judging.
went
I love
to
it.
Germany
I love it that you have a thing that you love.
But I was saying, like, why don't you put it in the T's and C's? Like, right, okay, if you are going, the house might not be tidy when you get home. Like,
What's going on here? What is happening here?
And if you
am I not literally just saying that like you're going on such a nice time away?
No.
Can we just accept that the house is going to be a bit of a mess when you get back? That is the sort of a little bit the price you pay, and you're now like basically saying that.
Because basically I want to put it in there. Like, can I quickly book to see Mariah Carey because I really want to go? So if you,
Well, I love Mariah Carey. Love Mariah Carey. No, I don't.
No,
but I do love going away. I love going to America, so I'd love to come. I'll wait for you outside.
You're just like, unfortunately, not the person to go to concerts with because you don't dance or like.
I give it a little head bop sometimes.
Not really. We went to Justin Bieber once. You fell asleep.
I did fall asleep, Justin Bieber. There was a sofa. Like, who puts a sofa in there if you're not going to have a little nap? Best nap I ever had. Waking up in the middle of this like VIP box
like,
on a sofa, like,
baby.
and you're like, baby, baby, time to go. You woke me up. No. So
yeah. But anyway, and yes, our lives are pretty busy at the moment. We're passing shit, as it would say.
Between Sarah flying all around the world for concerts, me looking after the kids, tidying the house, managing my cleaners. But yeah, no, it's
busy.
It's busy. We always say that, but nothing changes.
No, but it's really good at the moment. We're busy, but it's for grace, and super excited and super proud of
Yeah,
her.
me and Grace went to Glasgow.
She's doing
Glasgow.
a tour for Pretty Little Thing. So there's that little girl squad, which the girls she already knew anyway. So yeah,
It is actually really nice because they
fun.
are actually, so the girls in the PLT Girl Squad are genuinely all friends.
Yeah.
And they were saying actually on the tour that it's nice that they're on the tour because it's forcing them to actually get together and spend time together.
Yeah.
And so basically they did this. They're doing, did you already say where all the places they're doing?
No.
So in Glasgow, Manchester,
Well,
London,
yeah.
and Dublin. So I've done Glasgow this week with Grace. I'm doing the Manchester one
Yeah.
and the London one. Oh, actually, this is funny because on the tour, I was like, oh yeah, me and Sarah split all the dates between us. I was saying to the girls at PLT, I was like, obviously, I'm doing the Manchester, London, and Glasgow one. I was like, what's Sarah's doing Dublin? What are the other ones that Sarah's doing? I went, that's it. So you haven't really split it. You're doing 3 and she's doing 1. She's probably got a concert booked in Dublin. That's why she's agreed to it.
How did you know?
Yeah.
Jokes.
But it was actually really sweet. So they did like a Q&A session. So like people bought tickets to come. I did like a Q&A session. And then all the girls got to do like a meet and greet, pictures and stuff like that. It was really cute.
And just so we are noted, the reason it's not shared is because when you go to Manchester, you've got a work meeting at the same time because you're going to leave her to do her thing, go and have a work meeting. And London, I'm actually picking up her GCSE results and locking in all her college that she wants to do. And I'm on strict instructions of the time I have to be there, like the whole list of, because if she doesn't submit it quick enough, she might not get her place. So I'm not allowed to do anything but that. So that's what I am doing for her. So it's very exciting. I'm going to know her results before she will. I'm going to have to ring her and be like, you got A. Well, it's not A's anymore, it's numbers, but you got this, you got that. Like,
are we going to film? Are we going to film a YouTube video? Did we do it with Casey's results? I feel like we did.
I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
It doesn't lock in my brain the things we didn't do. But she's back, obviously, from Borneo. She's having a brilliant time. She is living her best life. Busy, but it's good for her, and she's really enjoying it. So obviously that's the main thing.
So obviously we went to pick Grace up from the airport, and I can't believe how much she cried. Like she sobbed. Like Maddie and Chloe run to her first, and she just hugged them, and she was just crying her eyes out. And then she come and hugged all of us, and was like really crying. But also they were all really crying for because they'd had such a good trip. The bond that they, without sounding like well cheesy, the bond that all the girls formed while away, even though they were already friends, was like actually quite interesting to see because they were like hugging each other and crying because it's over, but like because they know they're going to miss it.
And it's really funny because obviously on the other podcast when we're all like, oh, they sold them the dream and blah blah blah, like I think it was easier for us to say that because we wasn't there, but actually seeing them together, that Grace said it was literally the best experience of her life. It's completely changed her. And even like the rice every day, it actually, as much as she didn't like it, it wasn't a huge deal, you know, like.
Also, because like on the podcast, we were talking about how like all the hard things and the bits that she wasn't enjoying. And then obviously it got clipped, like that part of the podcast on like Instagram or TikTok. And she was watching it. I was sat next to her and it was just us saying all the things she was moaning about. And she was like, wait. She's like, did you say that I actually really liked it? Because it sounds like you were just saying I hated the whole time. I'm like, no. In the episode, we said how much you loved it.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to reiterate that
she really did.
They really loved it. I feel like it was quite life-changing for all of them.
And she said as well, like, she said, I built connections with people that I've been in school with for however long, but for some reason never had the real conversations that she did. So she's got so they're actually all going for dinner. She's got one day with all her busy schedule in the next 2 weeks. She's got one day off and they're all meeting again for dinner. So it's really cute. They've booked a little date in the diary to all meet.
Nice.
It's really sweet.
Probably not to eat rice.
No, pizza. Pizza Express. But I have a major mum win this week. So obviously I was saying that you were away a couple of nights. So as you all know, because I'm sure you all do. But Sophie had a dummy. Sophie, obviously our daughter with special needs. When Maddie came along and Maddie had a dummy as a baby, Sophie then had a dummy. Okay, it wasn't ideal, wasn't the best thing, but we couldn't get her off it, and it was a comfort for her, right? So we
And it
were
was
like,
too
whatever.
much hard work trying to. She would always
Just steal the baby.
relentlessly take the baby. So
Yeah.
in the end, we were like, fine, she's just gonna have a dummy until
Yeah.
Maddie's is gone.
So we were talking like very vaguely about the dummies, and I kind of just said, oh, you know, when Maddie and you are big girls, the dummy fairy will come. So she's kind of like, oh, what's the dummy fairy? Just like planted a little seed. What's the dummy fairy? And I'm like, well, it's just a fairy that takes the dummies to the babies when you no longer need them because you're big girls. She's like, oh, okay. That day she went on as she was, didn't think about it, didn't talk about it. The next day she woke up, she put her dummies under the pillow, and she came to me and she was like, oh, I think the dummy fairies are going to come today. So I was like, oh, okay. Like, are you sure? And then it kind of set me back because I was like, oh, am I ready to do this? Like, I in for a few nights of hard work of like being up with Maddie. Like, you know, Joel's away. Am I going to sleep? Didn't know. I had no idea what Maddie was going to be like. So then, but I was like, no, I have to go with what Sophie's saying. If she's ready, like, you know, I'll go with it, bite the bullet. So what I did was, Maddie has had 3 dummies left and she genuinely keeps biting them, so I have to buy more. So I snipped the 3 teats of her last 3 dummies, and I just placed them back where she had them. And when she came to me, she went, Mummy, my dummy's broken. I was like, oh no, did you bite it? She's like, yeah. So she checked the other 2 and she was like, they're all broken. So I'm like, oh, they're all broken. I was like, I think we need to give them to the dummy fairy who can fix them and give them to babies. And at this point now, Sophie's come over, Chloe's come over. Sophie's really excited, Maddie's really excited. Chloe was so concerned. She's like, you can't do this. She's a baby. She's a baby. Do it to Sophie, but not her.
Oh, that's actually
She
so
was really,
sweet.
really upset. Why are you taking hers off her? She's still a baby. I said, listen, Chloe, she's nearly 3. I was like, and I think, no, how did I say it? I said, she's nearly 3. Let's be positive. Let's say to her, you can do this. We're proud of you. Let's tell her that rather than you feeling sad. Because if you feel sad and she feels a little bit sad, she's going to be even more sad because of seeing you. So then she changed it around like, oh, wow. So what we did is we packaged them all up really cute. Chloe took a pack of biscuits. We wrote a letter and we left it on the doorstep. And I put it outside of the house because I thought if I leave it under their pillow or around, they're going to still think it's there. Whereas outside the door, it was like, shut the door, it's gone. And I don't know whether it would have worked in the house, but for me, I think that being outside the house, it really worked. And then I put them to bed, and Sophie, brilliant, straight to sleep, couldn't believe it, fast asleep. And Maddie, for about 20 minutes, she didn't cry once. She would just say, Mummy, where's my num-nums? And I go, oh, remember it's broken. So it's the dummy fairies are collecting it. She's like, okay. Another couple of minutes, like, Mummy, where's my num-nums? You know, and I just distract her. But then she went to sleep, absolutely fine. Like, and that was, how many nights ago? 3 nights ago. 3 nights. We are like, I've had no tears from either of them. I genuinely can't.
It's actually
even
mental.
believe it.
I was dreading this moment.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it's going to be hell for like a week. And also, I know someone else, a friend of mine who's got a child similar age, and he was messaging me saying like, this taking the dummy away thing is absolutely brutal, like for days. And I don't know how this has happened, but we've got off so lightly.
Yeah.
Also, the other thing as well, because every night that Chloe goes to bed, we have to lay with Chloe to get to sleep.
Yeah.
We've never done it with any of our other girls. And we tried being really like tough in the beginning with Chloe. Like, no, we're not going to lay with you. Because like laying with Chloe, like sometimes can take like 40 minutes. And
when I say laying with her, it's not like it's really lovey-dovey. Like, oh, and she's enjoying that time. Like, I'm quite like, no, close your eyes, go sleep. No.
It's not enjoyable for anyone because she literally fidgets. She starts like playing with stuff. Like she starts like playing with her hands. She starts like tending to draw on the wall with her finger. Like, it's like constant, like, no, like you have to be like, really firm with her. So it's not actually enjoyable for anyone. Like, no, it's. But
I, again, on the same night, I said.
You just thought you were going to go all out.
I thought, like, I'm not sleeping tonight's the night.
Tackling every issue.
That same night when the dummy fairy is appearing, I said to Chloe, okay, mummy is going to be super proud of Sophie and Maddie tonight with having no dummies. Do you know what mummy could be super proud of you? And she's like, what? And I'm like, going to sleep without mummy laying next to you tonight. I was like, I think you can do this. I was like, I believe you can do this. I said, I'll be in the hallway, but I'm going to be in the hallway in case Maddie needs me because she might be upset about her dummy. So she's like, okay. And I think it was a bit of a novelty for her the first night. But again, she probably still took about 40 minutes, but I didn't have to lay with her. She was okay. She just fidgeted. The next night, she did it again really well. And it took probably like 30 minutes. So it definitely went down. Last night, we had major tears from her. Again, the other two girls were fine with their no dummy. And she's like, I can't do this. I don't think I can do this. And I'm like, you can. You've done it 2 nights. I believe in you. I said, remember, you're not alone. You share a room with Sophie. Like, mummy is in the house. And last night, I was like, Casey's in the house. Grace is in the house. Like, you're not alone. You're okay. You're in your room. It's absolutely fine. So we had a bit of tears, but I said, I'm going to give you a cuddle and then I'm going to leave. But again, I'll be in the hallway. Within 10 minutes, she was fast asleep. Record time.
That is incredible.
We've never known her to fall asleep within 10 minutes.
But also, do you think because she cried? Because if she cries, then obviously she's tired.
It wasn't like she cried, but not like enough to make her, like,
yeah,
it wasn't that enough to make her tired. But
well, this is life changing, really.
Yeah.
And also like trying to stop them from getting in our bed.
Which is night 3 of them not being in our bed because it got to the point where we would.
Well,
have,
Maddie
like,
basically learned how to climb over a stairgate. So she was coming in the night. Yeah. Sophie turns up, Chloe turns up, everyone's in our room for a sleepover, and it gets so cramped. Like, we do have a really big bed, but it's really annoying. Hell. The other night, I ended up in Sophie's bed.
Yeah.
Because there's no space for me, so I literally had to leave.
Yeah.
Go and get in Sophie's bed. Then you came, woke me up. Why did you wake me up? You told me I had to get back in. What happened?
Oh, because Maddie wouldn't settle because she was like, "Where's Daddy?" Thinking you'd gone.
Yeah, so then I had to come back in because she didn't know where I was. I'm like, just trying to get a good night's sleep here.
Yeah. So so that's the other thing. Day 3 of not being in our bed, which they're doing really well.
Because when we went on holiday to Spain, like Maddie slept in our bed every single night because we didn't.
Before that, she's never slept in our bed. She's the one baby that has never been on our bed. She was always so good at going to sleep. She loves her own space. She doesn't like to be cuddled to sleep anyway. She's like, just give me my bed and I'm all good. But in Spain, we didn't have a travel cot or a cot for her, and it was not safe to just put her in a bed. So she slept with us, and
we were like, "Oh no!" Like, we've actually started saying now. But yeah, it's actually been really well done to you.
Yeah,
that's you've actually smashed it because I wasn't even involved in any of that. So
thanks.
I probably would have just given in. That's the thing with me.
But the reason I also wanted to bring this up because I put it on my Instagram, and I didn't put it on my Instagram to be like, "Oh, look at me," but like just to. No.
A little bit.
Absolutely
Why not?
Well, I put it on there before
I
had a successful night. So this would be the update. No one knows on my Instagram. But I put it on there to just explain how I'd done it about the dummy fairy because we've not done this dummy fairy before with our other girls.
Might help some people.
And it might have helped. But what I got was so many DMs of it making other mums feel bad about themselves. Like, of mums being like, oh, my child's free and they've still got a dummy. My child's free and they've still got a bottle. Like, oh, like, and literally some of them were putting, I'm a mum fail because they've still got.
Oh, as in your story was making them feel bad about themselves.
That they've still got it.
Yeah.
And I replied to so many actually to be like, that's not a mum fail. Like, you're not failing. Like, I'm not putting this out there to make anybody feel bad. It's just a way of if you was to do this.
Did you then share that on your story?
No.
Should have.
Yeah, should have done.
Because those are only the people that DM'd you. There might have been more people.
Yeah, but that's why
you should do something inspirational.
That's why I'm voicing this now. Of like, as mums, like we should not be bringing each other down. Like being a mum is so hard. Like running a household is so hard that we put our own pressures and our own stresses on ourselves. We should not be being opinionated on how someone else is doing it. And I said to them, these people, like, don't think like because I've put this out here, Maddie still has a bottle. Like I've just gone from them.
Chloe wore nappies until like in bed, like till not even long ago, and no one else we knew her age was. So
She's only recently, yeah, you're right.
Whereas Maddie is 3 and she's out of nappies.
Day and night. She did that herself. She refused to wear
She potty trained herself. I think we spoke about it before,
but not at the bedtime, and that's incredible.
those 2 kids have been raised by the same parents, but they're individuals, right? So
100%.
if we only had Maddie and she'd like done all that and she was out of nappies, and then we had a friend who had, say, like Chloe, who had like a 6-year-old who was still in nappies at night, like she would feel probably terrible about herself as a mother and think, oh, like we've just smashed it. But we haven't really done anything different. It's just 2 different kids. But also, like, we never, like I was saying, like, we never laid with any of our other kids. Like, we would be like, right, here's a story, kiss goodnight, whatever.
And they were always good, yeah.
And you go sleep, right?
Yeah.
But then that hasn't happened with Chloe. Because...
But like as humans, we all have different needs and different, you know...
Especially, like, if you've only got, like, 1 kid and then you've got, like, a friend who's also got 1. Because we've got 5 and we can now clearly see that the kids are all individual and not everything comes down to your parenting. Some of it comes down to just the child. But if you just had 1 and it wasn't performing in certain areas, like you'd feel bad, but you shouldn't.
I've got a friend who's got a baby literally the exact same age as Maddie. She's still in nappies with a dummy. I do not judge her at all. The baby clearly isn't ready for potty training, so absolutely fine. But her baby knows all the colours and started to know shapes, whereas Maddie doesn't know her colours and definitely doesn't know shapes. You know, like they're completely different. She doesn't judge me for not. Maddie don't know her colours. What? Like no. Like,
we don't say, "Oh, look, your kid's pissed yourself." Like, do you know what I mean? So it's like.
But that's why I really want to bring it up. Of like, they're not mum fails. Like, one, they're only little for young. They're not ever going to be. Well, Sophie might have done, but they're not going to be 15 with a dummy and a bottle sleeping in your bed. Like these things come with it. I also have had people asking me about like healthy eating with a baby, and again, like, I'm not a nutritionist or dietitian or whatever, but I also think let them eat what they want to eat and explain the health. Like obviously try and encourage it, but like just do what you're doing a good job. Like let's not bring other mums down. That's my...
Some parents, right, are like super into like giving their babies like really, really healthy food, which is great. Good for you. We're not that family. We're not like super unhealthy, but we're not like super healthy. Like they'll have chicken nuggets, chips, they'll have like fish fingers and stuff like that. But I do think sometimes even that, like you can get like mum or dad guilt for like what you're feeding your kids when it's actually like quite normal. Obviously we give our kids like fruits, vegetables and stuff like that, but we're not like making like organic.
Well, my mum had taken the 3 girls to McDonald's. It's really cute. Whenever she has the girls, their little outing is they go to McDonald's and then Poundland, and they're allowed to buy whatever they want, and they think it's like the most amazing thing. So the next day, I can't remember where I was driving with them, but I was thinking, oh, we'll just grab a McDonald's on the way. And I said to Chloe, I said to Chloe and said like, oh, we're going to grab a McDonald's. She went, what, again? I had it yesterday. And I felt that guilt. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm really sorry. I was like, what else should we have? She's like, oh no, I'll have that. It's fine. I was like, okay. But I was like, it was convenient. It was easy.
As a kid,
like,
I would have been like, amazing. Another day at McDonald's.
Like, what? She was actually asking me before I left for this, like, Mum, can you make me your lasagna? So I was like, yes. I have to think about
brilliant.
lasagna.
Such a waste of mince.
Oh.
You made me spag bowl the other day, so I was happy, but...
Was that a really nice spag bowl?
It was actually. It was really nice.
Although Chloe didn't approve. I put carrots in it and she was like, I don't like carrots. Why is there carrots in my spaghetti bolognese?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like you said, do you want carrots in it? I was like, I don't really mind, but could probably do without the carrots. I was
just trying to make it a little bit more healthier, but...
Nah, it's fine.
I actually slow cooked that for quite a while, so I did think it would be quite nice.
Yeah, it was delicious.
I'm still not really a fan of spag bowl. I don't know if we've ever said
Yeah, we have mentioned
but
it.
Joel cooked it at 7 a.m. once, so now I'm like, ugh.
What about, like, what food do you think you shouldn't be eating? Because imagine if I just cooked that at 7 a.m, it'll put you off it. What about if I get you like I get you a McDonald's 7 a.m? Is that going to put you off it? Probably not. Right?
No, that'd be delicious.
Exactly.
But spag bowl mince is like mincy. Like, if you cook like a burger at 7 a.m, it would put me off because it's quite meaty smell. Like, I think that's what it was.
Too early.
It was too early
for all that meat.
Yeah, too early for that meat. Yeah. So yeah, shall we go on to a dilemma?
Let's do a dilemma. I've got a dilemma I hope to get your advice on. I've been friends with this girl for a while now, but over the past year, I've noticed that she is buying a lot of the same things that I do. I buy a top, she buys the same one. I buy a jumper, she buys the same one. I wouldn't be bothered if it was just a few items, but she has bought endless amounts of clothing. She's got the same furniture. Her room looks like she's copy and pasted mine. And now she's even bought the exact same car as me. It's really frustrating me. I don't mind the odd thing. We have the same, but it's literally everything.
Oh
Whoa.
no,
That's quite wild.
I don't know how old the girl is, but she's driving. So as a young, I'm saying like early 20s, maybe, I'm just guessing, like, wow, like that's tough, because when you buy yourself a car, or you buy something like that, you want to be proud of yourself, and then someone can just go get it like after you and get the same. It kind of takes like that shine off it and that specialness, like, oh, and your bedroom. Oh my goodness, yeah, that's tough.
That is, because I think, like, on one hand, it's very flattering because it's like, oh, right, what I'm doing, wearing, buying is obviously you think it's cool, but it is so annoying, especially when you get a pair. Like, I've had this before, but like, especially if you get something and you're like, it's a bit different. Like,
Yeah.
other people don't have it, and then someone else like buys it, and you're like,
Yeah.
that's
I said
kind of
this to you the
annoying.
other day. When I was younger, we didn't have like designer trainers and stuff. But this one Christmas, my mum and dad got me my like first pair of Nike trainers, and I remember going to school, and a girl in the same class got these same Nike trainers, and she was allowed to wear them to school. Her mum let her. I was so annoyed because I was thinking, people are going to think I've copied her, but I got them at Christmas. I'm never allowed to wear mine, so no one can see I've got them as proof either that I've got these trainers. I'm like, I've got them trainers, like, I've got them. That chance, and they're probably thinking, yeah, right. Like, but it is when you've got something and then someone else has it, like, it's really.
But what do you do? Because that's such an awkward thing to approach. Like, what are you going to be?
Where's the
Like, stop copying me.
Where, yeah, lose her shit. Where is the first girl? Like, where's the girl code? Like, of like, yeah, I'd be like to a friend, like, oh, I love your top. Where's it from? She'll say so and so. But oh, amazing, I'm going to get that. I'd let her know I'm going to get that. Yeah, cool. Not wear it when I'm with you, and you might wear it. But where is that she should know, like, I probably shouldn't copy her room. I probably shouldn't get the same car. Like,
I feel like the car thing as well. It's like, it's quite a big thing.
it is.
I remember, I hope he doesn't watch this, but I remember my brother copied the same car as me, and I was like,
I was
so
going to say, I
excited.
don't know if we could say about it or not.
I mean, we were like 19. It's fine. He doesn't watch the podcast, but
He's just going to see the clips part on TikTok.
yeah.
Brother copies me.
No, but I mean, like, I get.
I'd like to copy his car now, though. He's got a lovely car.
What's he got?
The Range Rover.
Oh, right, yeah.
Drive. It's really nice.
But anyway, yeah. So I was like really frustrating because it's like then we both had the same car, and it was a
And you
really
had the same
nice.
friends as well, so it wasn't even like your friends are just.
And it was
your
such
car.
a nice car as well that I was
was-
like, it did take a little bit of the enjoyment out of
Yeah.
it for me. So I do get that, but what are you going to do about it?
Especially when you work hard for your money and your stuff. Like yeah.
Start
it's-
wearing
it
like
is.
really, really ugly stuff and just see if she copies it.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna have to say something, because otherwise you're gonna end. I would just.
Or what?
just say,
Maybe
like-
just drop hints.
Or
Like,
each time say, oh.
oh, nice t-shirt I've already got.
Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah.
Like, how do you do? What are you gonna do? You can't. It feels like it is a big deal, but it feels like such a petty. You will look so petty if you bring it up.
If it was just tops or whatever, fine. But the fact that it's the bedroom and the car, I think they're big enough to say, I feel like you've completely copied my room and my car. And
No, how do you move on from that? I'm gonna put you in her position. You say you've got a friend that's doing this. What
I'll
are you
distance
actually
myself,
doing?
Actually, then I would distance myself, and I wouldn't be able to be.
Oh, but
friends
what
with her.
about if you're such good friends and it's just this one thing?
Then I'd have to tell her.
No, you wouldn't. No, you
I
wouldn't.
couldn't just go
No,
on.
you
Like,
would not.
I don't have friends that would do that though, so it's very
Okay.
hard. But I couldn't.
But let's say picture one of your good friends that you wouldn't want to lose as a good friend.
I don't know.
What are you going to do?
Like,
What are you going to do if they just started doing that? You wouldn't address it,
then
right?
I'd make jokes each time, like.
I think
I'd
that's the
have
only way to do it.
humour and be like,
I think you'd have
wow, another
yeah.
thing. Wow, you you like my style that much.
Because there is like a way of doing it. It's like not really nasty, but like it's more like it's making them aware that you're aware. So it might make them do it less. sort of like when you make fat jokes to me, it makes me aware that maybe I've put on some weight, but it's not really nasty.
Or maybe she can ring her friend and be like, look, I'm in such and such shop about to buy myself a jacket. Should I just buy yours now for you?
Yeah. Yeah. I think
Save you coming back.
I genuinely feel like the only way to really do it, normally me and Sarah are like, communication is key and you must address it head on and you must do this and you must sit down and talk about it. I don't think you can do that in this case because you will look so petty. So I do think you just need to drop hints, make jokes, just keep doing it till she really
where
gets
your
the
things
hint.
are from. But
But sometimes it's just easy, isn't it? Oh, where's that BMW from? Oh, BMW. Do you know what I mean? It's not hard.
Well, yeah.
Like if it's like designer stuff, like, yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah. This is probably the only occasion we've ever said to like do it this way. Everything else we've always been like, address it head on. Can't let it carry on, but not this. No.
Subscribe and all that shit.
Yeah. Right, guys.
Yeah.
Are we going to leave that in? That's how Sarah wants to end the podcast. We'll just leave it in.
Guys, just subscribe and do all the jazz that
She's like subscribing all that shit.
Like, we're on
She's
episode
done with
29.
it.
You know what to do. And if you haven't already, why have you not? Just do it.
Why do we have to beg everyone to subscribe every week?
I don't really know.
Why don't they just subscribe? You're watching it. Why are you not subscribed? I don't know what % of the people watching are not subscribed, but I think it's quite high. And it's like,
if you subscribe, just say I
subscribe.
did that shit. I subscribed. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe and all that shit. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye.